What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the power of I am. I am Eric. I am all that is. I am love. I am perfection. I am always chosen. I'm everyone's top priority. No one is better than me. No one compares to me. You are all that is. You are love. You are perfection. You are always chosen. You are everyone's top priority. No one's better than you. No one compares to you. Claim it. All right. Today, it's a car ride. It's one of those where I'm just gonna, take a subject and just speak whatever comes to fucking mind. Whatever comes to mind, I'm just gonna go in. And you know what? I think something just came to mind. And it's what came to mind is when someone is perceiving victory and glory and they start saying, "It's working. Yes. Yeah, bro. All those fucking times, all those years where nothing was happening, it's happening now." Too soon, Junior. Too soon. Now, there's a huge difference between it's working and I am, or I have. And we jump from identity to identity all day long. Sometimes we don't even realize it. So the whole point of this game is to successfully remain in the I am that you chose to be, because you already are it. Now, if you already are it, then the world will reflect that when you think and assume and perceive in your favor. That decision you chose, that I am identity you chose, that thing that you now claim to have. Now, when you perceive things, it needs to align and make sense. Because should you express something that does not go with your identity, then reality is like, what the fuck is happening? All right, I guess we're shifting it back a little bit, right? We're shifting it back. So then that's all you get is it's working. And then all of a sudden you're going to start inheriting the, where is it? Oh, fuck. You see, anything that you have right now, right? If you guys are in a loving, committed relationship right now, let me ask you, do you ever hang out with them and you're like, oh my God, it's working. We're almost together. When you're driving your car, are you like, it's working. It's almost here as I drive it. It's working. When you claim it's working, or when you perceive the 3D as working, right? It's working. You're jumping into the identity that does not have. You are still aware you do not have something because you're seeking validation from the outside. Everything must look the same. Everything is the same. Everything's unfolding to who you are, as you and through you. Now, if you become the person that is perceiving things are working, then reality must unfold through you as forever working and never being here. You must be, and then it, quote unquote, comes, right? So you must first be it. Now, if you first be it, then you must already be aware that you have it. You don't need the validation outside of you. You don't need it to make you feel good, right? You are fulfillment. You've given it to yourself so much. Your self-concept is so fucking high. You know you are all that is. You are one with God. You are walking fulfillment. There's nothing the earth can offer you that you don't already have. And therefore, you don't need anything if you already are everything, right? And then when you don't need anything, everything just comes to you like a magnet. Just like those useless things that you deem as not important, or quote-unquote small manifestations, bro. You think they're small manifestations because you feel like you don't need it. You don't need that cup of coffee. You don't need to see fucking unicorns in your awareness or Shakira in your awareness. You don't need those things. That's why they so easily pop up. But that human meaning gives assigned meaning and value to things as important or, harder, creates the illusion of separation, that it's separate from us when we already have it. We have all outcomes, all possibilities, all desires within us already. We're just merely choosing it. And for you to express it's working, or even it's not working, right? They're both just as bad. It's not working implies I don't have and I'm doing something to obtain when there's nothing to do, right? It's working implies it's not here. Perceive everything is happening for you, unfolding perfectly as me and through me, because it is already done. And make sure when you speak of these things, you are known, your awareness is on the materialization, right? But you guys should be at a point where you don't even fucking care. And then when that thing arrives, you're like, oh yeah, that's normal for me. Because I always get what I want, because I already had it. Because I've fulfilled myself so much, it just feels normal, right? When Brutus fucking shows up, right? The love of your life, Brutus. You're like, oh yeah, of course he did. Of course he did. I'm magnetic as fuck. I'm exactly everything he wants and needs. Of course Brutus is back. He's been back. I've been talking to him internally. I've been experiencing him, the version I chose. I chose to not put my awareness on the old version of Brutus, right? That little Brutus that you perceived as an asshole, the bitch, Brutus the bitch, right? You weren't aware of that guy anymore. He was perfection the second you decided, and therefore that had to be, right? But just because one day Brutus drove by your house, right, with the windows down, right, blasting some reggaeton or something, and fucking looked at you and raised his eyebrow, you're like, oh my God, it's working. Then you imply that you're aware of the Brutus that needs to be changed. You're not changing anything. You're selecting something that already exists in the quantum field, that already exists within you, because, again, you're a walking projector. There's nothing outside of you. And you know, if you're not changing anything, then there's nothing to look for. There is nothing to see, right? So therefore, you shouldn't even be aware something is quote-unquote working, because the 3D can't show you anything. But the old, it will find you, because you will naturally act a certain way if need be. You will take an action that you didn't realize you took it. Everything will feel natural. You won't question a damn thing. It will find you because you gave it to self. That's why you don't care as much. That's why I say caring is the same as not caring is almost the same energy as knowing, because when you know, you really don't give a shit anymore. I know it's mine. I know the sky is blue. I know the sun rises. I know the sun sets. I know I'm going to have air to breathe when I wake up. Right? It's all the same. It's the level of importance you put on things where you got to perceive, oh my God, it's working because I want it so bad. You already got it. It's not working. I've been trying for years. No, you've been trying for years. Right now, there's only now. So it's never not working. It is never working. It is either done or it is not done. It is either I have or I don't have. It is either I am or I am not. Stop perceiving things like we're putting in effort, like we're on a fucking construction site and we're building shit. Well, if I just jack this hammer, if I take this nail and I jack it into it about 75,000 times in the day, I will surely get my manifestation. This is working. I stubbed my toe and found $1. It's working. No, you got it already. So therefore, there's nothing to do but just be aware that you got it already. Just assume you got it. Just say it's true. I know it's true. It's boom, done. And don't contradict yourself. Don't express something you don't wish to experience. The unfolding, the materialization is always happening as you and through you, as you are being the person in the end already who already has it. Therefore, do not have the awareness of, oh, this must be working now. Yeah, good news. He texted me. Yeah. Cool, he texted you. Then you're like, oh my God, it's working. He texted me. Then you're just, that's where you stay. That's where you stay, unless you remind yourself who you are. I just did that video about Job, right? And I covered different aspects of Job. It was more of a deep dive in scripture. You know what? To those who fucking needed it and understood it, it's very fucking helpful. To those that just want to get it in 24 hours, you're probably like, I don't want to watch this shit. Because you don't understand, this is a whole life thing. This is about, manifestation is about your entire life, your identity. Not getting one fucking thing and then spiraling again fucking 24 hours later. Or next week. Or a month from now. Gotta get that girl, bro. I don't believe in this shit unless I get that fucking girl, bro. Right? It's not the girl, it's you. You are the girl. You just don't even fucking realize it yet. Right? I love posting that joke video. Because only the ones who fucking understand the secret and the fucking meaning to life and how everything is just is based on who you are, what you're telling yourself, and what you are aware of all the time. And it's so precise. I love this fucking game. In the beginning, I was there trying to figure shit out, making it about things, external things. But it was never about that. It's about being that person, being fulfillment, knowing that you already got it all. That you should never be impressed or moved by something outside of you. To the point where it could be taken away and you're like, it's happening for me because I know I'm fulfillment. It's taken away. If it's taken away from me, if I'm perceiving that something is being taken away from me, I gotta just give it back to myself. No, it's mine. This is happening for me. I am unmoved either way. And when you are unmoved either way, when you don't perceive something as working, bro. Oh, it's almost here, bro. Movement, bro. Birds before land, bro. Feed the ducks with breadcrumbs, bro. When you're unmoved by that, unmoved by bad, unmoved by these little breadcrumbs because you know who you are, you already got it. Nothing can impress you because you have it all. Then you're in pure God mode, pure selection. I dictate my reality. Right? When everything is the same, it can't control you. It can't move in your internal being to become I am nots or I don't haves. And you're always an I am. You just want to make sure you're the one that's fulfilled. That's all. So you're perceiving these breadcrumbs, cool. Then you're going to keep seeing those breadcrumbs. So remain in your end. Shift to, no, I already got it. Look at those breadcrumbs. It's cool. Of course this is happening. It's all unfolding. It's all happening for me. Not against me. Not this is it. Not, oh, this is working. Not, what happened? Not, why is this happening to me? It was here. Why? This doesn't work. You're always right. You're always right. So, I'm telling you guys, it's never working. That's your perception. And if that's your perception, then that's coming from the identity that doesn't have. Because you're perceiving the 3D as valid. We're not being to be validated by out there. We validate ourselves. And if we validate ourselves, and if we're not changing anything, and the outside is just a reflection, then what are we fucking looking for to perceive that something is working? Right? Think about that. And then, when you know that, everything shifts. Because you need nothing. And again, well, how do I get to a place where I don't need it, Eric? Give it to yourself. How do I give it to myself? You know those times where you sat by yourself and you were worrying about a day or a time or an outcome that doesn't even exist. Fear doesn't even exist. It's an imaginal act. It's about thinking about an outcome that's not even here yet. But you know how you thought about it and you were like, oh shit, what if I don't have this? What if this? The story of Job yesterday, or a few days back whenever I post this, he kept giving himself that he had no proof that his kids were sinning when he wasn't there. And unfortunately for Job, he believed sinning, cursing God, is cursing God, which means death, punishment, because he believed in karma. He believed that, bad things would never happen to him because he's so righteous. But no, there's no favoritism, Acts 10:34. Everyone's subject to the same. That's why bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people. Right? But he gave that to himself without proof. Boom, kids died. So the same way that you keep giving yourself something because that thing you're worrying about doesn't even exist because there is only the now, instead of using your God power, your imagination, your kingdom to give you bullshit, why not choose to see the best outcome and keep dwelling there and poof, voila, same shit. Right? Again, what is it you want? Then be the identity who has it. First of all, know yourself as God's source. All that is one with God. Right? For those of you that can't can't fathom that. Well, it says it. It's written in the book. If you're religious, it's in there. Right? And whether you believe it or not, you can't turn this off. So you will just become the God that strips away its own power, except when it's against you. You doubt self, God doubts you. And that goes for any aspect of life. As an identity standpoint, I'm not that. There's no way. There's some outside force doing this to me. Okay, that's what you experience. Right? Someone else is deciding your fate. But you as God is choosing that. We're all becoming God in a different perspective, experiencing himself. You're one with it. If you're suffering, so is God. If you say I am suffering, okay, God is too. With you. I gotta prove it. I gotta keep doing this. Keep doing this. You always have a choice. It's not the things you do, it's who is doing them. Two people could take the same actions. One knows themselves as all that is, and success, and everything they do turns to gold, and their mind is worth millions, and they're so magnetic as fuck, and their love itself, and they attract everything. All their desires desire them. And then there's the person that doubts themselves, that worries, people pleases. I wonder how this is going to be received, not knowing everyone is under one divine mind, not realizing what you think they're thinking they think, because it's you. And it's always mirrored back to you. You can see all the different states, identities you've ever been in through other people, because you've been aware of it. Well, these random people came in and did this has nothing to do with me. Everyone's a real person. But then after you interact with them, you're choosing how to perceive them and assume things about them based on what they said, how they dressed, what they did. Boom, 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 based on your collective belief of that group of that person in regards to a group of people. Everything is you. I'm just going on a lot of tangents. I'm just talking. But I know this is making sense. It has to. It has to. You can't turn this off. So whether you want to be in it's working, whether you want to be this never works, whether you want to say I am, whether you want to say I am not, whether you want to teeter-totter and experience hot and cold, things always fall off the second I get there. I'm always waiting for that shoe to drop, and then so it does. I'm getting pissed off at other people when I'm the one choosing to view them that way. And I never forgive them, therefore I never forget the state of being I once was that saw them that way, therefore I will always see them that way, because it's all coming from me. When all I have to do is see them differently, which forgives myself of that awareness and allows them to be seen in a new light. It's actually always about forgiving you of your experience. Everything's the same. Money, cars, women, men, success, failure, bad luck, good luck. It's all the same. It's all coming from you. Level of importance keeps it separate from you. Once you understand it comes from you, nothing should impress you, because you're like, if you own, let's say you own a Bugatti, right? Like, you own it, it's yours. Now, exact trim, exact model, the exact same Bugatti pulls up next to you. Are you gonna be like, oh my God, it's a Bugatti, that car is so fucking awesome, bro? No, you already own one. You're like, oh yeah, cool, it's Bugatti. You're not really impressed, right? That's how you gotta look at your desires. Dead serious. And once you look at it like that, you're unmoved by them because you have them. And if you have them, you receive them, because you cannot receive something in manifestation that you don't already have, or that you're not already a source of. So claim to be that. Claim to be the love you wish to experience. Claim to be the wealth. Claim to be the identity that always has more than enough. Right? And then from that power of all that is, you decide how everything goes. If you're in a business, you decide how the world sees you, how the world views you. Therefore, don't be humble how you describe yourself, your inner dialogue. You're the best to ever do it. Because why would you give a chance for others to thrive over you when everyone is you? Why would you allow yourself for someone to not choose you? Well, there's probably better options. Okay, you're right. Well, I wonder if they're evaluating someone else that might get chosen over me. Okay, they will. There, and that's what's going to happen. Because you're choosing that. It's all coming from you. This isn't no self-centered shit. You only experience you and your decisions and your perspective and your perceptions and assumptions. You only experience that. It's not hard. Watch what's coming out of your mouth. If you can't control what's coming out of your mouth, you know that Ashton Hall video? He's dipping his face in the water. He wakes up in the morning, he's got that black tape over his mouth. Fucking put that black tape over your mouth. Stop talking shit about yourself, please. Maybe that one. Then you just got to control this one. I told my members that. Then you just got to control this one. Then view everything is happening for you. Good or bad. See my joke video. Good or bad, it's happening for you. I don't care how bad it looks. When you achieve victory and glory, stay there. The game doesn't end there. It doesn't mean, oh, I got everything. Now I can just go back to thinking bullshit again. Yeah, assuming the worst of someone or assuming this isn't going to last. No, you stay the same. This is the rest of your life. This isn't all. I can't wait to fuck up and need another YouTube video. Need another success story to get my head back in the game. This is horrid. I give up. I'm not buying it, bro. Okay, you're right. I think I'm gonna cut this off now. I think I've spoken enough. So, choices are, guys. Make the decision. Every time it comes to mind, remind yourself it's already done. There's really nothing to do, nothing to figure out. Every time you question how, you're saying I don't have. Every time you say it's working, bro, you're saying I don't have it. Oh, movement, I don't have it. It's all perspective. If something appears to be happening in your favor, yeah, it's happening for you. But don't get so excited, like, oh my God, now I can finally be happy and feel freedom and feel this because the 3D is going to give it to me. No, you give it to yourself and you give no fucks. There's nothing else the outside can't give you that you don't already have. And once you understand that, that's how you detach from the 3D and every fucking thing that you want. And then you become a magnet for it, like flies to shit, moth to flames. Okay, guys, I appreciate you all. I love you all. I know you're having a great weekend, but just in case, I'll assume it, not hope it's working. I'll assume it to be great. Anyway.